Alright, so now we're going to talk about law enforcement officers and their training, their salary, and how they can be an influence for Christ in the community. Okay, the FBI crime reports report there's over a murder an hour throughout the nation every year. That's totaling up to over 13,400 murders. In addition to that, there's over 36,000 rapes a year. That's even more than the murders. Law enforcement officers play a crucial cog in trying to prevent those and keep people safe. Okay? So, to become a peace officer, become certified as a peace officer, according to the Georgia Public Safety Training Center, it's known as GIPSTIC, a person has to complete 408 hours of training just to become certified as an officer before they're even allowed to work with an agency. Then they have to get the employment with their agency. After that, according to Georgia Post, which regulates the training for all officers, each officer still has to do another 20 hours annually of training to maintain their skills. Now these trainings aren't just classroom trainings to study law. There's also trainings on how to deal with an active shooter, how to do a traffic stop, how to talk to people on the side of the road, how to patrol, to look for people, to keep neighborhoods safe. These trainings really cover a lot and teach an officer how he should do it and give him the skills to be able to defend himself. Okay, so the trainings aren't all boring. They're fun stuff as well. There's a lot of practicals where you get to actually do it and get involved in it. Okay? Now, the salary that an officer gets is average to middling. It's not the greatest in the world. You get, according to salary.com, the annual average is about $52,000. But that's including larger cities like Detroit and Los Angeles, New York, areas where the cost of living is much more. In the area where I work, where it's not as heavily populated and the cost of living is lower, the average pay is about $30,000 to $40,000 a year for a peace officer. Now the benefits an officer gets are about the same thing that a normal city or county employee gets, with the addition of a take-home car. A lot of officers get to take their patrol car home with them using city gas. Now, the benefits of being a police officer are more than just the financial benefits. There's the joy of being able to help people, the ability to be free to drive your car, not to be stuck in a cubicle all day. You control the air conditioning and the radio. You can set it to whatever you want. So the benefits are more than just the financial. It's really enjoyable to enjoy the job. Next though, we're going to look at how you can use the job of a law enforcement officer to influence people for Christ and to show them Jesus' love. Okay? The first way is through words. Words are stronger than weapons, and which means that anything on my duty belt that I carry, my gun or my taser or my pepper spray, any of these weapons, words are stronger than them. In Proverbs 15:1 it says, "A calm word turns away strife, but a harsh word creates wrath." So, in today's world, violence is there all the time, and a peace officer has to respond and try to calm the situation down. For a domestic, for example, when parents are fighting, a peace officer has to calm the situation down. And in the 15 minutes that he's there, he either has to take somebody to jail, or he needs to make peace in between the two parties. You can show Jesus' love very easily through this, in being kind to the people, and being understanding, and not being harsh and rude to them, and upset at them because they interrupted your dinner, but by showing them the love and kindness. Another way is actions. Actions speak louder than words. So if words are stronger than weapons, and actions speak louder than words, then your actions are even more powerful than anything else you can do. Whenever you stop and you talk to a homeless person, law enforcement officers have to stop and talk to them a lot. They deal with them every day. They stop by the side of the road to talk to them. They're the people that they see all the time. And there's two options whenever you see them. You can either drive on past and ignore them, which is what most people do. Or you can use your job as an officer to stop, to buy them dinner, to talk to them, let them talk to you, and to show them the love that Jesus has for them through you. You're able to use your position to be able to drive around, to meet with different people, or just on the side of the road. You see them on the side of the road and you stop to talk to them because you have that ability that's your job. Okay, so in conclusion today, from what I hope you've learned, is that law enforcement officers have to go through extensive amounts of training, which is quite fun. But the salary's not amazing, but the benefits that aren't financial are awesome. You can't beat them. You can't beat having the freedom of the car and the radio and the air conditioning, the heat. And that this position of authority, you can really influence people for Christ. So, thank you for attending. Do we have any questions today? No? All right, thank you. All right.